Maximilianaire here with the Tao of Bao Part 3. In this section, we're going to cover the arrest warrant and get into the affidavit behind the arrest warrant.
So here we have a warrant for arrest, and this was applied for by Detective Josh White. It says, the undersigned magistrate, having heretofore found that probable cause exists for the issuance of this warrant, you are hereby commanded to arrest Bao, hereinafter referred to as the suspect, and bring the said suspect before a magistrate in and for Tarrant County, Texas, then and there to answer to the state of Texas for an offense against the laws of said state, to wit, harassment, Texas Penal Code 4207A, a Class B misdemeanor, of which offense he, the said suspect, is accused by the written affidavit under oath of Detective J. White, badge number 312, filed before the anterior of the issuance of this warrant. This warrant was issued on May 11th, 2018. And let me point out something very interesting about this warrant. Let's look down at the bottom and see who would sign such a warrant. Who is this judge? What does it say? Well, it says District Judge in and for Tarrant County, Texas, George Gallagher. Wow, George Gallagher. Why does that name ring a bell? I think I remember reading something about Judge George Gallagher. What could it possibly be? Well, let's take a look. Oh, right. Judge Gallagher is the one who had a shock belt strapped to a defendant in a case and then had him repeatedly shocked because he didn't answer his questions to his satisfaction, or he wouldn't be quiet when he was objecting to the way he was being treated. He'd been trying to have Judge Gallagher removed from the case, and Judge Gallagher refused to step down. So he strapped a shock belt to him that gave, they said, between 50 and 70,000 volts directly to the body, and that lasted 8 seconds. He apparently had this man shocked about 5 or 6 times, I believe. And because of that, the conviction of this gentleman actually got thrown out. I might also point out that this was a pedophilia case. This is a case of a man who was accused of doing some inappropriate things with a 15-year-old girl. But because of this judge's actions, this man's conviction got thrown out. Now, I got to ask, too, it makes you wonder, what kind of connections does Judge Gallagher have with Darla Peavy? I wonder. That might have to be an issue for a future video. Now let's go and look and see exactly what this affidavit says that was used to get the warrant to arrest Bao. And this affidavit is made by Detective Josh White, badge 312. He says that he has good reason to believe and does believe that on or about the first day of May 2018 in Tarrant County, Texas, Bao did commit the offense of harassment, Texas Penal Code 4207A, a Class B misdemeanor, with the intent to harass, annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, or embarrass Darla Peavy, hereinafter the complainant, cause the telephone of the complainant to ring repeatedly, or make repeated telephone communications anonymously or in a manner reasonably likely to harass, annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, embarrass in said communications with the complainant, and in the course of the communications made a comment, request, suggestion, or proposal that was obscene or offended the complainant, and had repeated electronic communications sent in a manner to the complainant that was reasonably likely to harass, annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, embarrass, or offend the complainant, namely, by instructing over 1,000 people at one time to initiate calling the law office of Darla Peavy during a live stream YouTube broadcast. Well, let's see. Was it Bao's intent to harass, annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, or embarrass Darla Peavy? Well, I don't think so. Matter of fact, I think they were pretty clear in saying that the purpose of making phone calls was to seek redress for their grievances.
Bao, do your thing. We will do what we can from here. Yeah, there's really nothing you guys can do except for apply public pressure. I'm going to be, as soon as I can get these goons to stop lurking around me, I'm going to be doing a habeas corpus petition.
I'm going to play the video, and we'll go to the clip again and see what he says, because I've looked through all of the live streams, and Bao actually never instructs anybody to call Darla Peavy.
All right, guys, call up here. They just arrested James.
Both Bao and everybody in the live stream were taken by surprise by these developments, as James Freeman had no intention of getting arrested that day. So people started immediately asking what the phone number was and where he was located at. Many people didn't know the location, so they repeated, "Where are you at, Bao?"
This is Crowley Courthouse.
They started asking, "What's the number, Bao? We need the numbers, please."
Google it, Crowley City Hall. Crowley City Hall, Crowley Police Department.
The court administrator's number was the first to come up, while people continued to ask for numbers and where he was at.
Crowley City Hall, Crowley Police Department. The number, and I don't have it on me. The number, and I don't have it on me.
He instructs people to call the police department. He instructs people to call the court administrator. He instructs people to call the city hall. But he never once instructed people to call Darla Peavy. He never asked them to call Darla Peavy. In fact, even when he went to Darla Peavy's office, he told people to call the neighbors, call the businesses surrounding Darla Peavy. He even said, call all of the businesses in Crowley. But he never said call Darla Peavy. He never posted her phone number. The only thing he showed was a picture of her offices that had displayed her phone number, but never once mentioned that you should call her.
This is where the monster
look
dwells,
at that.
guys.
Darla Peavy sign right there.
This is where the monster dwells. This is the monster that caged our friends, guys. This is where she dwells. She dwells right here, about a mile and a half away from the city hall. This is where she dwells, guys. Matter of fact, if you guys want, call the Ducote Insurance Agency and let them know what Darla Peavy is doing. This is where she dwells. This is the monster that caged her friends. This monster right here. This is where she lives. Call all the surrounding businesses and let them know what this monster has done to our friends. Yeah, this is where she dwells. This is the dungeon she hides behind. There's no one in there, of course. This is where the monster dwells. When she's not putting people in cages and pretending to be a judge, this is where she dwells, guys. Right here. Yeah. Call Ducote Insurance and let Ducote Insurance know. As soon as they tell me to leave, I'll leave. So, I won't get busted. As soon as I get someone or to tell me to leave in this private property, I'll leave. But call all the. When I was talking to Texas Sheepdog on the phone, and he told me something that was really intelligent, I thought. He was like, make sure all the local, I mean, why ring up the courthouse and why ring up the police station? Blow up every single business around here and ask them, hey, do you guys know what's going on? You know? Oh, you don't? Or do you know this, that, and the other? And let every single business here in this town know what this monster Darla has done to our friends. Every single business. Yeah, I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself. My vocabulary is just not expansive as yours. Sipe, man. Yeah. Here's another local business. Deer Creek Animal Center. Yeah. Let every single of her neighbors know what she's doing to our friends. Every single one of her neighbors. No, she's not a district attorney. Called a Texas Hammer, it's funny. Let me just sit here and just broadcast this for a second. Hey, Mrs. 50. Sorry, I'm not getting to any of the messages. This is an evil woman. I agree, Bob Miller. She has no regards for human life. She's gonna sleep like a baby tonight, knowing that she caged 2 innocent men. Yeah, I didn't even know you were in here, Alicia. Sorry I didn't see any of your messages. There's just no way. James's stream is just too many people. I can't get to all the messages, but... Alright, I'm going to end the stream, guys. Thanks, everybody, for lurking with us for a little bit. The only reason I did it on James's stream is so he can get the financial support. So, thanks, everyone, for lurking with us. I try to update you guys. I'm going to take the day off tomorrow and see if I can deal with this some more. Alright, peace out, everyone. Yeah, and if you guys have time, I'm going to be blowing up a lot of the local businesses tomorrow. So I'm going to just make sure every business in town knows what this monster has done to our friends. All right, peace out, everyone. Thank you so much for the support.
I went back through the live stream and found that there were well over 100 publications of the police department phone number, of the city hall phone number, and the court administrator's name and phone number. Well over 100. And people were debating whether or not to call. Some people were debating and saying that no, we should hold off calls. But in the entire stream, there was only 3 people that posted Darla Peavy's phone number. There was Keith Colson. He posted Darla Peavy's phone number 5 times. There was David McPhail. He posted Darla Peavy's phone number twice. And then there was Bob Hossapple, and he posted Darla Peavy's phone number 1 time. Now let me point out that all 3 of these people simply posted the phone number with absolutely no other instructions. It was her name and the phone number, and that was it. Nobody even instructed people to call. They just provided the number and left it up to them whether or not they wished to exercise their First Amendment right. Now, as far as with the intent to harass, annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, or embarrass, I would also point out that there were numerous people that were telling everybody that if you do call, to be respectful. Toxic News said, here's Crowley's phone number, be respectful. News Now Across America said he had called and he was completely respectable. Boomer said, Freeman is in need of help. Here's the police department number. Be respectful. News Now Ohio said, you call, be respectful. Boomer also said, you have the right to redress your government, showing again this was the purpose of these calls, is to seek redress of your grievances. Nobody ever said, call them names. Nobody ever said, harass them. Nobody ever said, do any of these things. So if anything was done that was being done contrary to all of the instructions that were being given in the live stream.
Next, in part 4 of the Tao of Bao, we will be covering the rest of the affidavit.